Hello people. Well, what can I say? We've bought a property in France. Now it's been one of our dreams. We've been looking for a long time, did a lot of research, looked at views, lots of different houses. Well, I'm now going to start doing a diary because we have actually purchased a property. This is our first morning at the property. Now it does need a lot of work. We are having to rough it at the moment. But I want to keep a diary of the things that we're going to do, the things that we need to do, and just let you guys follow our journey of our little property in France. There will be lots of noise as well because obviously the children are all here, they're all excited. It is now our first morning here of us buying the property. We had a bit of a nightmare to get over here. It took us 18 hours. Normally it's 11, but it took us 18 hours to get here just for hold-ups and stuff at Dover. So it's our first morning. The kids are still excited. We had to rough it through the night. We will have to for the next few weeks. We are going to keep going back into obviously to the UK because we live in the UK. So we're just going to come over here when we can. I'll do a diary every time we come over. The jobs that we've done. You never know, you might get a few tips of stuff that we've done. Any questions that anybody's ever got, feel free to ask us about buying a property. And then it could be that you guys help me out. If something that I'm stuck with that I need some help with, you might be able to point me in the right direction of the best way of doing it. It does need a lot of work, like I say. It's roofs need doing, the whole inside needs gutting and redoing, but we're over the moon of what we've got. The purchase price that we got it for, it's somewhere for the kids later on, and that's why we're doing it. So let me show you the property, and then we can show you what's got to be done. Obviously it's our first video. You will see the children running around. They might ask me questions along the way as we're videoing. You just have to bear with me whilst I sort them out as well at the same time, or the wife's asked me for something. But let me turn this camera around, and what we'll then do is we'll have a look at the property of what we've actually got. So just bear with me. So this is, as you can see, the grass is very long. This is all part of the land. So right down there in the far distance, that is our borderline of the end of one of our fields. Then it goes all the way along behind all those trees, keeps going all the way along, right the way down, and then I'll walk around that bit because it's the other side of these trees near the road. As we go around, this is one of the barns. As you can see, the roof's collapsed down. That was going to be one of the last ones we do. We are going to try to restore that back to a barn. I think, you know, the building's over 300 years. It needs to be back to how it was. And then going right over this side, so our land is right over that side there, and then all the way around. That's our neighbour there. Keeps going all the way around past this tree, and then out to the other side of the background. There is 4 acres in total. So let me walk you around the property. It's going to be a little bit unstable because I forgot my stabilising phone holder. So I'll try to keep as steady as I can. But it is like an absolute jungle. The grass is taller than all the kids. So here there apparently used to be the piggery. I have been in there. I'll get back down again. I think it used to be a hen house. I could be wrong. Maybe someone can put in the comments. The only reason why I say that is because of the little alcoves in all the walls. And there is straw in that one. So I don't know. Maybe it's hen house, piggery. Not too sure. It's got holes in the roof. But again, I will restore it. So let's go back to the other side. There's some of the children, I can hear them. Here they come. So this is the other part of the piggery, I'm guessing. Getting totally collapsed. I have got a plan for here. It's not going to be back a piggery. I will rebuild the walls to make sure that they're all stable, and I'm going to do a outdoor kitchen. That's what I thought about doing here. Children.
Hi.
We'll walk around this side, the other side of those trees that I mentioned. So those trees there were where we just standing behind, and then we can come all the way around right to the very end of that tree line there. That's where the land stands. Carries on going all the way around. Now those trees there and bushes there, that is bramble. That telegraph pole is on the road, so our land goes all the way to the road. So there's a lot of bramble in there to get through there. I have got a lady, a local farmer, she's going to come in and bring her tractor and mower, and she's going to give it a good old cut in here just to make it start getting a bit lively, a bit easy for us. So let me show you around the rest. So this is another barn. Again, roof needs doing. It's not collapsed, this one. Well, I say it's not collapsed. There is a bit that's collapsed inside, on round the other side of the barn. I'll take you in there. We're actually not allowing the children to come into these yet until I've made them a little bit more secure. But the roof structure, all those years ago, it's just amazing. So this is the bit where it's collapsed, this corner. So again, we will rebuild that. It's still got the original, I believe the cows used to come in the underside, put the heads through these railings, and then they used to be in the trough then eat them. And then they used to stack hay above. That's what I'm led to believe. A very old door. Let's go on the other side. The character that's in the property is what we fell in love with. We literally just drove down the driveway after looking at quite a few properties. As soon as we got to the driveway, we didn't even get out of the car, and we said, this is the one. I think you just get that feeling. So again, the other side, this is on both sides. So the cows, there's no bike. I'll jump up here and I can show you from there. So as you can see, like, that's where the hay and straw, but just the timbers in the roof. Which, to be fair, all the timbers, they do look okay. There's a patch up there, right at the very top, that I've got to get addressed. I'm going to have to get some type of scaffold or something up there to get that addressed before that collapses. Or I might have to get somebody in to do it. So this is the second barn. Right, let's show you the house. The house is a bit much better. I'll tell you what, I'll try to get around the front of the house. Show you the front. It is very long grass. I'll just find the way through. We do have a well. Our main water in the house isn't run off the well though. That's just to fill up the pond, which I'll show you the pond in a little while. This grass is very long. So here's the telegraph pole on the road. So that is the edge of our boundary, because there's our fence. Not many neighbours. So that's the barn that's collapsed that I just showed you. And we go around to that barn. And then this other side is all part of the house. As you can see, the roof's collapsed. Even the neighbours' roof's collapsed. That's a common thing in France, roofs collapse. I think it's the way they actually build them. They don't put no water barriers under the tiling. So I just think after time it just blocks the timbers through. Find the way through the grass again. And there's spinning nettles. stonework is lovely. We will obviously redo all the stonework with the lime water to bring all that back out. Oh, there's some more children. Morning, children. Morning. Here comes the wife. Okay, so let me take you down to the pond and then we'll go back to the house so I can get a bit better pictures from the pond of the house. So this is our little pond. There is some little fish in there. We did have to strimmer just to get down to the pond yesterday because I needed to fill the pond up. It was a little bit low on water. It still is a little bit low on water. So I will switch the well pump on again today and get that filled up. And this is at the front of the house.
No, I saw it!
Zane does with his t-shirt. So we have, this is Oliver. Oliver, say hi.
Hello.
Then we have the dog, Blue. Then we have Eleni. Yep.
Don't need the grass.
And then my little puppet that's just fallen over. Morning, little puppet. Where's your hat? My little princess. There's the wife. Morning, wife.
Good morning.
So this is the end barn to the house. Roof collapsed. They did leave us the cement, which was handy.
And the van.
This roof here, we did come in. Me and my oldest boy came in November and patched up the best we could. Because it was absolutely saturated in there. I needed to try to dry some of the beams out, which it has worked to an extent, but it's now obviously the material that I use is obviously not very weather, but you'll see the reason why. There's a lot of mud where it's been open, so a lot of mud. It's about a foot thick, which has added an extra weight, and it was absolutely soaked in here. So all these beams, they're going to have to come out eventually anyway, all going to be ripped out. They put acro props there because they're bowing so much, but I was just trying to get water out. I've got the mud off of there just to try to relieve a bit of pressure really off the floor, stop it actually caving totally. Very old fireplace, but obviously I need to get checked out, make sure that is all secure and stable, but it'd be great to have all that cleaned up. This eventually is going to be our main living room, so having the open fire there will be lovely. So we'll get that sorted. I can't actually get above this floor from here, so I can't show you up there, but it's the actual roof trusses are okay. It's just where the tiles have all come up and the water has just been poured in. As you can see, it's pretty well rotted. So we're going to need to obviously address all these beams. They're going to have to be removed at some point and then new beams put in place. I don't think there's going to be any I can salvage. There might be some that I can use in other parts of the house where I can cut them down and use them, but actually doing the same job as what they're doing at the moment, it's not going to be possible. So let's go into the doors. I love the doors. I'm going to try to restore that door and do something with it, make something with it, or make a cupboard somewhere in the house so I can chop off the bottom. It's obviously just where the rotten wood is, and then just make that into a better door. Well, I'll have it out this one because the dog's in there now. Blue, come on.
Where's my basketball?
Come on, Blue, Blue. Shut that door so the kids don't let in there. That's the only one I don't allow the kids to go in because I know it's more unstable. So originally this used to be 3 farmhouses, I'm led to believe. We're obviously going to knock it into one. This one is, yes, it's got a collapsed roof, which you can see just there. But the actual beams and structure in here has lived, so that's fine. They have removed the chimney breast above this fire, so that's all going to have to be taken out. That's obviously no good, so it can't be used, so I'll take out the top section, make good of everything with stonework. This originally would be our entrance hall, so there'll be an entrance hall, there'll be a stairs along the back wall there to obviously get upstairs, and then that's obviously going to be, there'll be just be doorways and stuff over here anyway. same again on the upstairs side of it. It'll just be more of a walkway, a little room. Right, so this is the bit that we can actually live in. Now, people live in here for 10 years. How people live has astounded me. There's a smell in here we can't seem to get rid of. Mel scrubbed this stone floor yesterday with bleach, all sorts of chemicals. The smell is still there, so we need to find something to be able to clean the floor up with. I believe they had 10 or 20 cats, whatever it was, living in here, and dogs. So yeah, the smell. Obviously we was upstairs last night, so it weren't too bad upstairs, but definitely in the lounge we're not really. I don't want to put any stuff in here until we've got it sort of cleaned up a little bit better. All this plasterboard is all come off today. Okay, I'm going for focus. So all that plasterboard's coming off. There is beautiful stonework behind it. Why would you want to cover that up? It is an internal wall. There's no point plasterboard, no point insulating it. It's an internal wall. So that's all coming down today. So we can get that stone wall back. This is our current situation with our stairs. It's not stairs, it's a ladder. There is a hatch at the top. So at night time we obviously do shut the hatch to then stop the children obviously falling down the hatch, which is obviously then locked. So it's not the best situation, but I am going to put a temporary stairs in there to make it safe for the children until obviously we've done further down the farmhouses to get those bits done. This originally, so again, I'm led to believe, used to be the old sink. Now, there is stone. Someone's then filled it with concrete. Why would you do that? And there is the old water pipe down there. So, maybe that is correct. I'm going to dig it out. I'm going to make it a sink again. It won't be one that's got running water to it, but it'll be one that looks like it's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, the building's over 300 years old. Like I've said, it needs to be how it was. Now this beam, now obviously this one and the one next door, the size of this beam, I haven't actually measured it, which I will do for final tape measure. But that is the whole length of the house. And it's just astounding how they used to do this sort of property, get that beam up there all those years ago without the mechanical stuff that we have nowadays. But it must be 2 foot by 2 foot. Must be that. I'll get my tape measure and I'll measure it. So this wall, plasterboard, for the time being I'm going to leave because it has got insulation behind it. So we're just going to paint that wall for the time being. Yeah, because this is obviously all going to be gutted out as well. And this will be our kitchen. And the wife is back. Hi wife.
I'm just going to go find that big shed thing.
Oh, the hidden shed. Yeah. Go bottom corner of the land, look to the right hand side. So this plasterboard is all coming off. There is a wall behind there. It's not stone, it's got the render on it, which we'll take off. This is the old original fireplace. This will be our kitchen, like I say, eventually. So there'll be dining table and chairs, an island, kitchen units. Not too sure what we're doing with the flooring yet. I'd love to keep the stone flooring, just obviously take it up, restore it all, put it all back down, but I can't work this one out. Maybe someone can help me. I've got stone flooring section, then I've got concrete section, and then I've got these red tiles. So whether there used to be a couple of extra rooms maybe, don't know, but it just seems a bit, if you look down here, that stone is dead level, and then there's nothing inside it other than red tiles. So I don't know, maybe someone knows. Put in the comments if you do know, that'd be great, I'd be interested to find out. Electrics, that's all been ripped out, been done. This is current kitchen. Now, this is a bit, well, I've got a new kitchen to put in here as a temporary kitchen until the rest of the house is done, which is what I'm doing this week. So this is all being ripped out. But this is how people have lived. And it just astounded me. Look at the state of that. You know, personally, I wouldn't even let an animal live in it here, but there you go, that's how some people live, I suppose. So this is the current kitchen now. It has got a roof leak this side. So one of my jobs this week, get all this ripped down, get up there, sort the roof leak out, and then I'll be down here. We're just going to scrape the walls, paint them. I've got a new kitchen to put in, put some tiles up, give the floor a good scrub, because I think that'll probably clean up quite well. Give the floor a good scrub, and then we've got somewhere to clean and prepare the food for the children, which is obviously the main thing. Now this is the bathroom. Now we have a bath. Oh, there's a big bee. He's looking way out. I'll have to get him out in a minute. So we have a bath. Fantastic. There is no FOSS tank here. It's one of the jobs that we need to do, which I need to get sorted out. But I need to work out a plan of where we're putting bathrooms. I think the bathroom is not going to be in here. All the bathrooms are going to be upstairs, so I need to work that out, to then work out where the pipe is going to go, to then work out where the possibilities of where the FOSS can go, because there's only certain places it's going to be able to go once they've done soil samples. So I need to get all that in hand. But this used to be, so I've been told, and it is what I've been told. I'd like to think it is, and I am going to try and do the best I can, because this used to be the old bread oven. Now apparently it used to be the old bread oven for all the locals that are in our little village here. There's not many houses, I think it's five or six. So this used to be the bread oven for everybody. Now I need to restore this. Apparently years ago it fell down and then somebody bricked it up. So I will take you round the other side of this wall. It used to be curved on the outside. Apparently all the stone is underneath the bramble. So I'm going to try to see if I can get some pictures, or going to have a look at some of that, how it would have possibly been, and try to restore that at some point. There is an old doorway hidden behind there, which we'll get that opened up as well, because this is eventually going to be our utility room. So the kids to come in from the garden, because we're flipping the house around. So at the moment the front door is facing the pond area, which shows up what I'm classing as the back garden. We're going to try and do it so we put the front door on, which is going to come into this kitchen here. I'll show you again. So on this wall, back wall there, which goes to the front part of the garden, that's where the front door is going to be. Our driveway is going to come into that end, and then the kids then will come through this side door from the garden, take off their shoes and stuff in here. So that's the bathroom company situation at the moment. So let me take you upstairs, and then we are done in the house. Like I say, we have it being our first night, we did have to rough it, and we're going to have to rough it. We've just got to get on with it. So it's going to be roughed up for a bit. So again, this is how someone has lived. So this room, I didn't allow anybody in here last night to sleep. A few different reasons. One, heavy dampness there, where it's got a roof leak, and I've even got mushrooms growing on the floor. So I didn't allow any of the children to come in here, and I certainly wouldn't let anybody sleep in here. And also I found up in this roof here, and then in underneath there was ants. There is all their ant eggs. Now they was dropping out of there yesterday. I went to the local DIY store and got some ant repellent killing stuff to get rid of all those, and it looks like it's done the job, because I can't see any moving around. So that may have done the job. The beams up here, amazing. You know, what a feature to have. And then they've done some dodgy plasterboard work. I'm hoping it was the guy that actually lived here that did all this plasterwork, and not a professional, because if it was a professional, I don't think much of the French builders. I don't think it is. I think the guy's done it. But so yeah, this week's job: sort this out, sort this flooring out, sort that plasterboard out, sort that water leak out from the roof, and then I can then allow the kids to come in here. So last night, blew up the airbeds, and this is where we slept, all together, all of us, 6 of us. Again, this room was absolutely fine in here. There's no water leaks or anything anywhere. A few cobwebs. I believe Mel's coming up here today to hoover everything up. But again, beams. I just love the beams. It's what sold it really, the beams for us. What a lovely feature to have. in your property, especially upstairs. The floors need redoing. Obviously more beams there. This will all be opened up. There'll be a doorway which is going into the barn next door. So then we'll have separate rooms off of, and hallways, toilets, bathrooms. We're talking a process of 10 years. Over the 10 years is what we're going to be doing, what we can up with it. So let me walk you around to the other side of the property now. Front door needs to go. We'll get a proper wooden oak door on there. Got a grapevine. So the weather here today, now bearing in mind we're in May, it is 27 degrees. It's a bit warm. It is going to be 27 all week, which is good for us because I think we can crack on. There is a cellar. I did go down there. I don't really fancy going down there again, if I'm honest. It needs to be, it's got a lot of soil at the bottom there, a lot of mud, water. Oh God, sorry, I'll go down again. It is, hang on, get these cobwebs out of the way. It is very dark, dingy. See, they put insulation on it, but it's got a curved stone actual ceiling, which is obviously the floor for the kitchen. So I want to try and do something with that, restore that best I can. Now again, what a lovely feature to have. So around the side of the property, so this is the corner of where the kitchen is, and then actually next to the kitchen was the bathroom. So there's another part here that goes into the cellar. Don't know what that opening would be for. Maybe someone will be able to tell us. Why would you need an opening? It's a very small opening there. So there's that door that I said to you, it's been covered up. So around here, so this corner here, so this corner is where the bread oven used to be, apparently. Now obviously someone's just if it wasn't so jungly, I'd try to get a better shot for you, but again it's a curved lovely shape to it, but apparently all the stone is in there. Now I'm no tall bloke, everybody knows that. I'm 5 foot, I'm gonna say 5'6". I'm not, but a little bit shorter than that. But the stinging nails there, they've got to be 7 foot high. It's high, but apparently underneath all there is all the stone that comes from the bread oven. So I don't know, I need to have a good clear out, dig about. There is some stone laying in the grass there at the bottom here. So yes, I need to have a good dig around, get rid of all these fingernails, get things cleared down so I can actually see what is what, and to be sorted. So I will do another update coming up to the end of the week of what we've done. Hopefully you'll see the roof in the kitchen has been repaired. We have a temporary kitchen for us, which will please the missus. And then I'll do you an update later on in the week. But this is our property.